Alright, what up, Who Dat Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G. And just finished listening to Throwback, Young Buck, T.I., Ludacris, Stomp. And it was kind of fitting because that's exactly what Dennis Allen did going up to SoFi Stadium. Got his ass stumped by the LA Chargers. With little to no playmakers, by the way. You know, Ladd McConkey, he's a playmaker. I give him that. Oh yeah, he has the Saints defense too. He had them tooted up over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shit, that white boy was going off on them Saints. That white boy went off on them Saints, boy. Gave them boys the business. Justin Herbert gave him the business, no picks. What he threw? 2 touchdowns, I think. Had a good pass ratio to touchdowns and interceptions and rating and all that good stuff. Damn near threw for 300. You know, he probably did throw for 300. But I think he threw for just under 300. Big long run, about 40-something yards. Oh, yeah. That's that Dennis Allen defense I know, boy. Can't stop mobile quarterbacks. Can't stop quarterbacks that could carve them up. Can't stop good coaches. Can't stop teams with a winning record. And this team didn't even have a winning record. They was 3-3. Go look up Dennis Allen's career record. Then go look up his record versus losing teams since with the Saints. Go look up his record versus winning teams versus the Saints. And that's all I want you to do. That's your homework. That's your homework. Ladies and gentlemen. The defense, they played a little better. Still gave up big plays. They stopped the run except that Justin Herbert run. Look at, I'm thinking about Joe Burrow. Because I remember that long-ass run Joe Burrow did on the Saints when he was with the Bengals. So it ain't just the fast quarterbacks like the Lamar Jacksons and all that. Oh, no. The scrambling quarterbacks could get down and dirty, too. Not the scrambling, but the deceptive speed quarterbacks. They could get down and dirty, too. But, yeah, the defense, they played a little better, but wasn't enough, man. Them people damn near scored 30 points, and they barely had any playmakers. They stopped J.K. Dobbins. They don't really have any wide receivers to look out for except Ladd McConkey. So he had his way with him. And they had a few other guys made some big plays during the game, too, here and there. Spence Rattler, he pretty much got benched. I guess Clint Kubiak is tired of his stuff, or maybe Dennis Allen just wanted to see Jake Haener. You know, maybe Carr might not come back versus the Panthers. Maybe they just want to see a little bit of Jake Haener again. But, yeah. Spence Rattler is looking like that experiment is over. So now all the people who could be like, oh, the agenda, what agenda? They can say, I told you so. Mind you, Carr lost 3 games in a row before Spence Rattler came in with 2 legit injuries excuses versus the Bucs and the Broncos. And the Broncos got one of the best defenses in the NFL. Then when we get players back on the offensive side, we got to go on a away game and go play the best scoring defense on the NFL. The Panthers, they giving up 35 points per game on defense. 35. You know what the Chargers giving up per game on defense? Per game, 13. It's either 13 or 15. Somebody can fact check that. So pretty much you was going to have to score at least 17 points on the stingy defense to come away with a win. At least 17. And they scored 26 points. I think they scored 26. I forgot. You know, I was watching a game at work. To be honest, I was watching on my phone. So I couldn't really just catch the whole game. But one thing I did catch, they apparently got a Taysom Hill just like us. And his name was Scott Matlock. This dude was on offense blocking, catching balls, on defense getting a sack. Sack's been Rattler. And I think he was on special teams too. Fired Dennis Allen. We ain't the only one with a Taysom Hill out here. Oh yeah, we ain't the only one with a Taysom Hill. Kendre Miller, a lot of people like what they seen out of him. He got some bursts, you know, but only 16 yards. One of his runs was negated due to a flag. Pete Werner, he's back in the lineup. Apparently, he was the missing link to this run defense. They pretty much had J.K. Dobbins in check, so we're going to have to see more time experimenting with that. Now, one thing, they got the Carolina Panthers. Worst team in football. They got them next. That's a for sure win for the Saints. This is the worst team in football, not just this year, but probably the past couple of years. Worst team in football. They're giving up 35 points per game, like I said. And on offense, they can't get nothing going. They might have a better chance at winning with Andy Dalton than Bryce Young, but even still, they don't really got nothing to, they ain't got no hella file wide receiver unit. They got the Deontay kid, but he's not that much of a thing to write home about. They got Chuba Hubbard. He's doing pretty good, but they get down so fast, they can't use Chuba Hubbard, and they get one-dimensional. So that's a for sure win for the Saints. They ain't got no tight end room. You ain't got to worry about the tight end. Andy Dalton, he can't scramble and kill you with his legs. He can't carve you up with his arm. So you ain't got to worry about that. Coaching ain't good. You ain't got to worry about getting out coached. So it's like, that's a for sure win for the Saints. If the Saints lose to the Panthers, that'll be all I need to know. They had a parent team meeting. So Dennis Allen, pretty much Derek Carr might be back. And if Derek Carr not back, they're going to go with Haener. Dennis Allen going to pump his chest after beating the worst team in the league. Mickey Loomis going to gaslight us. The players just had an all-players meeting. Another all-players meeting. They had multiple over these past few seasons. And it's coming at the right time. Everything going to look like the ship has been righted. Just because they beat the Carolina Panthers. Oh, yeah, man, the players team meeting, they talked about some things, and we got a lot of stuff cleaned up. Oh, yeah, man, Dennis Allen, he looked like he could make a comeback. He just got another win in the division. Then after that, we played the Falcons. Now, let's just say you do beat the Falcons. Okay, then you'll have two wins back-to-back in the division. In other news, the Browns had beat the Ravens. So in 3 weeks, we do play famous Jameis. He's coming back home to the Dome. And I hope they healthy, boy. I sure hope they healthy. I hope the Saints healthy too, because I don't want to hear no excuses. Yeah, boy, I hope they have Myles Garrett. I hope they have that tight end. I hope they have Chuba Hubbard. I hope they have Jameis Winston. I hope they have Denzel Ward. Boy, I hope they have all their people. I hope they have all their people. I hope the Saints have them people too. I hope Derek Carr play, because I don't want to hear no excuses. No matter the outcome of this game, I don't want to hear no excuses. I can't wait for this game. But yeah, man. I told y'all, man, the first 2 weeks, Carolina Panthers, worst team in the league. They only won one game all season. Cowboys, they're a losing team. Perfect matchup for the Saints. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the offense that we play. They play the Falcons next. I wouldn't be surprised if Bijan and Tyler Algier run all up and down the Cowboys defense. Wouldn't be surprised at all. What else I could talk about this game, man? There ain't really much to talk about, man. It's like a broken record. It's like waking up in Groundhog Day. You're doing the same stuff over and over and over, bro. Like, this is 6 weeks in a row. Sean Payton never lost 6 games in a row. And I keep saying, this 3 games right here in a row, Derek Carr not starting. The 2 games before this, the Saints were legit injured. I give them that. But we lost 3 games before that with Derek Carr starting. And we was relatively healthy. So what's the excuse for that? If Eric McCoy being out is the whole reason why you can't win these games, that's a lot to say right there. Because they got other teams who not playing with their starting center. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, he's a Pro Bowl starting center. That's the difference. They got other teams who don't have their Pro Bowl players playing for them. And they finding ways to win games. When is the excuses going to end? When is the excuses going to stop? People talking about the Falcons. Oh, the Falcons getting lucky. Well, guess what? The best luck that they got is having Dennis Allen come back for another year. That's the best luck that they're going to have. Are they a Super Bowl contender? No. Will they go far in the playoffs? No. I don't believe that. But them fans got a right to be cheering right now. Them fans got a right to be cheering right now. And at some point, when you gonna give them teams credit? When you gonna give them people credit? They finding ways to win, and they winning. They coming up with big plays. They coming up with interceptions. They coming up with touchdowns. Kirk Cousins, shit. At first, I thought Baker Mayfield was the best quarterback in the division. Kirk Cousins got something to say about that because lately he's been playing like he's the best quarterback in the division. Even though I still think it's Baker. Like, if I had to take one, I'd still take Baker. But Baker has been throwing a lot of picks. You know, I think the Atlanta offensive coordinator, I think he could be better. But the Bucs offensive coordinator, he's a damn good offensive coordinator. I think a lot of those picks were Baker Mayfield's fault. But for the most part, man, I'm just getting to work right now. Just fired Dennis Allen, bro. Like, that's the best thing I can say. And it's like right now, I'm not sure if I want to fire him because, shoot, as long as he keep on staying in losing, the team won't get no different spark, and then, you know, we might get a good pick. But I told you it's deeper than the draft picks. Like, I'd rather fire Dennis Allen and have the number 16 pick than kick Dennis Allen and have the number 9 pick. So it's deeper than the draft position to me. It's way deeper than that. You know. But they gonna beat up on the Carolina Panthers. Like, I don't get the Panthers no shot at beating the Saints. No shot. That's the get right game. You know, that's the get right game. Now, will things just be good from that point on out? I don't think so. Like, I don't even think Dennis Allen could string together 4 wins in a season. I just don't think he can. I think the most he ever did was 3. You really counting on a head coach like that? Nah, man. Nah. Just because Eric McCoy go down and Taysom Hill go down, you can't, man, no, man. No. There's teams out here dealing with a whole other type of adversities too. You know, now that Bucs and Broncos game, we were legit injured. Like, that was a bunch of starters out that game. That was a legit excuse, but like I said, man, it's 17 weeks in the season. If you gon' have just injuries 2 or 3 games out of 17 weeks, you still got 14 opportunities to go out there and make a difference. 14. Ain't even 16 weeks in the season no more. It's 17, so you got a whole extra week. Make something happen. It's 3 people that can get a wild card spot in the playoffs now. Not just 2. If you can't get a 3rd wild card, come on, man. In a bad division, come on, man. Because nobody in this division is a contender. Matter of fact, if you look at the Saints schedule, all year long, we only play 2 legit contenders. 2 legit contenders. That's the Chiefs and that's the Packers. Other than that, who else is a real contender on this schedule that we play? Do you think the Cowboys are a contender? No. Do you think the Eagles are a contender? No. Do you really think the Commanders are a contender? Like, the Commanders are a damn good team. I give them that. But I don't think they're a contender. Just because they got a rookie quarterback. Like, in the playoffs, he might win 1 game. But then after that, it's just... You just can't expect a rookie to just go win it all. So I don't even just put them at a contender board. The Browns, they got a good defense, but I don't think they're a contender. Like, I just don't think they're a contender. I don't think they got enough offensive firepower. The Rams, I don't think they're a contender. I don't think they got enough defensive firepower. They got the offense. Like, as long as Stafford, Puka, and Kupp, and Kyron Williams there, I hope they healthy too when we play them too. I hope they healthy. But as long as they there on offense, they can make something happen, especially with Sean McVay. They can make something happen, but they ain't got enough defensive firepower. So when you really look back, the Saints literally only got 2 contenders they play all season. Think the Falcons a contender? No. Think the Bucs a contender? No. We only play 2 contenders. That's the Packers. They can legit win it all. And the Chiefs. And that's it. Don't be surprised if you see a Packers-Chiefs Super Bowl. Shit. Maybe a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl. But that's all I gotta say, man. I'm about to get ready to go to work. It's still 5 Dennis Allen. Y'all already know what side I'm on when it comes to this fan base. I hope we lose so Dennis Allen could get fired. I'm trying to go through the storm to get to the sunlight. I'm trying to go through the storm to get to the sunshine. So if we got to keep losing and get beat into a rebuild, so be it. If we got to keep losing to force Mickey Loomis' hand to a rebuild, so be it. I'm down for it. Because I care about the future of this team. Why put together some wins just to justify keeping Dennis Allen longer and we be right back to square one next year and be in purgatory? Mind you, next year, these players that's in the locker room, they might retire. They only keeping these players around because Dennis Allen not a good voice. Once these voices of the locker room gone, shit really gonna be up shit creek. Just imagine how the locker room would look right now if we ain't had the leaders in the locker room on a 6-game losing streak. Just imagine. It's a reason why they want Tyron and DeMario and Cameron. Mind you, next year they could be older, and who's to say next year we don't get injured again? But that's out, man. Like the Saints future Hall of Fame head coach say Dennis Allen. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. I'm out.